A bird lies on the ground, its wing twisted at an awkward angle, struggling to move as a passerby approaches. The passerby carefully picks up the bird, cradling its fragile body in their hands as they examine the twisted wing. The bird's beak opens and closes weakly, releasing a faint, high-pitched peep that echoes through the quiet morning air. A gentle breeze stirs nearby leaves, rustling them softly as the passerby begins to make their way towards a rescue center. The passerby arrives at the sanctuary and gently hands the bird over to a waiting volunteer. The volunteer carefully examines the bird's wing, taking note of its twisted shape. The bird peeps weakly again, this time more frequently, as if trying to communicate. A soft murmur of concern is heard among the volunteers as they begin to assess the bird's condition. In the background, the sound of gentle chatter and soft music fills the air, providing a soothing atmosphere for both the bird and the rescuers. The volunteers gently place the bird on a specialized examination table, where they begin to assess its wing and body for any signs of injury or trauma. A soft beeping noise is heard as one volunteer carefully takes the bird's temperature, while another examines its feathers for any signs of bruising or damage. The sound of gentle chatter continues in the background, providing a calming atmosphere for both the bird and the rescuers. As they work, the bird peeps weakly but more frequently now, as if trying to communicate its needs. The volunteers take note of its behavior and begin to develop a treatment plan. As the rehabilitation begins, the bird is gently transferred to a large enclosure where it can move freely and receive treatment from its caregivers. The volunteers carefully trim the bird's beak and nails, taking care not to cause any further distress. Meanwhile, a nearby water fountain provides a soothing background sound, its gentle gurgling filling the air. A warm lamp overhead helps maintain a comfortable temperature for the bird, which continues to peep weakly as it explores its new surroundings. As the days go by, the bird grows more comfortable in its new surroundings. It begins to exhibit signs of trust with its caretakers, slowly approaching them for food and gentle petting. The volunteers notice that the bird's peeps become softer, almost soothing, when it's being handled. Meanwhile, a faint chirping sound fills the air as the bird starts to mimic other birds in the sanctuary. The caretakers continue to provide a nurturing environment, speaking softly and moving calmly around the bird to avoid startling it. As days turn into weeks, the bird's progress is gradual but evident. Its soft peeps become more frequent, and it starts to mimic a wider range of bird calls. Volunteers notice that it's beginning to initiate interactions, nudging their hands with its beak for attention. In the morning, when the sun shines through the windows, the bird stretches its wings, exercising a newfound strength. The sanctuary's soundscape is filled with chirping and rustling as other birds forage for food or take flight. A volunteer gently places a bowl of seed near the bird's enclosure, and it pecks at the offering with increasing confidence. The bird's enclosure is transformed into a mini garden as volunteers bring in branches and leaves to create a natural environment for its release. The air is filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. A volunteer gently places a small backpack near the entrance, containing a tracking device attached to a lightweight harness. The bird cautiously approaches the pack, pecking at it with curiosity. As the volunteers work nearby, their gentle murmurs create a soothing background hum. As the volunteers carefully attach the tracking device to a lightweight harness, the bird begins to pace back and forth within its enclosure, visibly restless with anticipation. The sound of rustling leaves and chirping insects fills the air as the bird's natural instincts take over. With one final check that all is secure, the volunteers open the door, and the bird takes its first tentative steps into freedom. It flaps its wings once, twice, before spreading them wide and taking to the sky, soaring above the treetops in an effortless arc.